And here we are again. I'm delighted to welcome to a short interview today, Melissa Montague, who is sitting at the very top of our leaderboard for the virtual event we've got going on at the moment. I'm looking at the leaderboard now. She's done 686 kilometers in 22 days. That's just insane, Melissa. Melissa, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Surprisingly good. And it's quite strange because I never really log how far I'm running, but it actually, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds quite good actually. so yeah, all good. Just getting ready for Christmas, but enjoying the sort of motivation to keep running through these pretty cold, grim months at the moment. So yeah.
Are you finding it motivation? Are you finding it helping you get the motivation to get out the door?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's quite one of those things that once you I start, right, okay, I'm doing this, then it does keep you motivated. And I think whereas I will run each day anyway, but I think when you just think, well, actually, you know, it's pouring with rain, I'm freezing cold, I could go home and on. Actually, no, let's go and get those last couple of Ks in that I planned to do, because it all adds to our amazing journey to make sure we're getting where we want to go on Christmas Day. And I love doing it sort of, you know, the team challenge is great as well. Yeah. It's not just me on my own, it's doing it with everybody else, and everybody's kilometers are adding in. So it's brilliant. Yeah, really good.
And do you find yourself coming back in, you know, uploading your Strava and going straight and having a look at the leaderboard?
Yeah, I do actually. How bad is that?
No, but to be honest, everybody's doing it, Melissa. Everybody's doing the same thing. You know, they're just going and having a look at what's happening. It's
what's going on. No, it's great. I think it's really good, and there's so many people doing so well out there. I mean, there's some really amazing totals, and just seeing where we are on the map and how far we're going, yeah. And it's great fun. It's really
and
good.
One of the things that I should make clear for those people who don't know Melissa is Melissa's one of our elite runners and has won many of our events. So if you want to learn how an elite runner trains, then this is going to be a little bit educational for you, but also a bit scary as well, I think. So just kind of give us an outline of what does a typical morning run look like for you? How many kilometers are you challenging yourself to do?
So depending on the day, it does vary slightly, but if it's a work day, then I'm probably looking at about 30k. That's probably been my average, give or take a few. Over the weekend, I'll try and do a couple of slightly longer runs. What I'm doing at the minute is, rather than doing kind of shorter runs in the week and then massive ones at the weekend runs are probably only a little bit longer, but I do vary the routes I do. So some of them will be really hilly, some of them will, you know, have a nice long flat straight, might throw a few intervals in at the end, or try and mix it up a bit. Or invariably, as on Friday when the weather was horrendous, I just went around as hard as I could, and the next day when it was nice and sunny, took it really easy. So although I guess the distances would look quite similar, what is done within those distances will be quite varied, and obviously listening to your body to see how it's feeling on a particular day.
But I find that amazing. So your kind of general workday tick over run is 18 miles basically.
Yeah. But as much as bad influence or good influence, I say.
And what sort of time are you getting out in the morning then?
Probably maybe 6. Well, by 6, so we would try and be out. So yeah, depending on the day, on the work day, not on the weekend.
And are you running with Justin as well?
No, well, you see, you look at me and say that Justin will be up an hour before I'm up and out. Right, so okay. He's even earlier than me. I mean, it's kind of slightly crazy, but we only really get to run together when we're on holiday, just because of work schedules and different commitments. But I think it's quite good in that where we go, we do our sort of warm-up laps before we go out. We quite often pass each other a couple of times, which is really nice.
Okay.
Motivational to see there's some other fool out in the middle of the night.
And for those people who don't know but recognise the surname Montague, so Melissa is married to Justin Montague, and Justin and Nathan, who most people know, are twin brothers. So that's where the Montague name comes from in all of this. So you're out every morning early, you're then coming back. So for most of us, that's a morning run, not just going out before work. That's the whole morning. And so you've got 686 kilometres done already. We've got about 4,000 kilometres, maybe 3,500 kilometres to go to get there. to get to the South Pole. So what's your goal? What are you going to shoot?
Oh my gosh, it's a tough one because we're going up to Christmas week. So I guess we've got to do the maths, really. I felt like you're going to set me a target then, Neil, and say, right, I want this many Ks out of you every day in the run up to Christmas. So
I can do that. Give me a couple of minutes.
Shoot myself in the foot there. I mean, I'm working on tomorrow and Christmas Eve, so those days will probably need to be quite standard, and then obviously on Christmas morning, so I will do my best to squeeze some out. If we're getting really desperate and we're just within a few kilometers, you could always like nudge me into going out for a little shakeout run after work as well if we need to, but I'll be watching leaderboard, and so I'll do my best to do my little bit along with everyone else to make sure we get there, and I'm sure we will, looking at how fast everyone's been. It's
just incredible. We got 3 people over 600 kilometers. Obviously your brother-in-law is one of those. And how does it feel, by the way? I was going to ask you this earlier on. How does it feel having an 80-year-old hot on your heels?
Oh, she's amazing. No, honestly, I am her biggest fan. I mean, she can, honestly, I just like, look, is it Kenwyn? I have to pronounce her name correctly. But I am just in awe. I'm willing that lady on, and I'm just, gosh, if I can do a quarter of that when I'm her age, I will just be knocked off my feet. So I'm Kenwyn's biggest cheerleader. I just, you go girl, you keep going, and she is inspiring me to keep going. Believe me, she's absolutely incredible. So gosh, yeah, wonderful.
That's lovely feedback as well. And you know, of course, we're doing this to raise money for Humanity Direct, and all the money goes, and we can see the live operations that have been happening while we've been doing this. We've actually been changing children's lives while we've been out there running. So I think we're about £9,000 raised at the moment as well. How have you found the charity challenge as well? Has that been motivational for you?
I mean, definitely. I mean, I know I've done a number of your Humanity Direct events in those kind of heady days when we all got together in person. May they continue. But I think it's wonderful in that, you know, with the charity, the feedback, whether that's actually in person at your events or on Instagram, you can actually really see where that's money is going. You can see the children, the changes and the things that are happening for them, you know, whether that's your new pair of glasses or your kind of thing. And it's really inspirational to see that, and I think that's something quite often you don't see it to that extent with a lot of charities. And you make donations, that's a good cause, but to actually really see where that's going is really, really positive. And I think, you know, it's brilliant what the whole sort of relationship with X Energy and Humanity Direct is, a wonderful one, and I just really, really applaud everything that you guys are doing. So
that's really kind of you, and you know, I look forward to shipping you your 800-kilometer medal.
You just worked it out. I better get my trainers back on.
But no, I know that this is an incredibly busy time for a vicar's wife, and I know that it's your busiest time of the year, and you're still cracking the mark. So I really, really appreciate everything you're doing. We all appreciate it. Well done, Melissa. Thank you ever so much. And thanks for joining us today on this recording as well.
Oh, absolute pleasure. Always is. Thank you, Neil.
Great to see you. Cheers.
Bye-bye.